I like to say episodes because each life is an episode, and we all start with who you are, which is the personal background. So, with that being said, hello, Prosper. How are you doing today?
Hi, Simon. I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. Well, first question. I don't know if everybody knows this, but what is your full name?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. We are so happy to be here with my son Simon, and you as members watching this. Especially, we have one special guest there. It's a third generation who come to listen our interview. They are in the back there. They will introduce them. Come from far away, Atlanta. They are there. Yeah, thank you so much.
Back
to this
question.
To know who I am, my name is Prosper Kiluba Wabanza. Wabanza means son of Banza. Banza is my father's name. But the most important thing on my name is the name Kiluba. Kiluba is a special name. I originally come from the Congo Democratic Republic, the Republic of Congo. And Kiluba is the name of one person who is a chief, Chief Kiluba. How become chief? Through service. He chose one man. He didn't know him. We live at the side of the Congo River, and that man was coming other side of the river, and he saw one person on the river. He called him if he can help him to cross him the river. The person said no. The second person, he was going, he saw the second person, he asked him, can you help me to cross the river? Congo River is more than Hudson.
It's the biggest river in the Congo.
Yes.
In Africa, I'm sorry.
The second in Africa. And then he saw Kiluba, the third person. When he called him, Kiluba went, he picked him up, he crossed him the river. And from that point, he gave him the power, the fire. And then all people around didn't have a fire. And it was coming to get fire from Kiluba. And the Kiluba became the chief. And he gave him some promise that behind me one person will come, cross him, let him cross. And then he helped him too. And the third one, it was like Moses' story. When the third was coming, there was the people who was looking to kill the second one. But he didn't cross him, let him cross the river. And then they die in the water. That's how Kiluba became the chief. And we are that family. I'm from that family. And we have a territory called Kiluba's territory. We have a language, my mother tongue, it's Kiluba. And the Kiluba, we have the tribe. Congo have more of 358 tribes. And Leluba, where I come from, is the largest of the tribe in the Congo. Yeah, that's it for my name. It's a many significant name. Through the service, you become a chief. Yeah, thank you.
That's a powerful name right there. And we just skip Prosper. Moving on to the next question. How many siblings did you have growing up?
To the question of sibling, we were born 10. But when I was born, I didn't see 2 pass before I was born. And the third passed when I was like 2 years. That my youngest brother, they were twins. One passed just after birth. And now I have only one sister and one brother left. And others, they already passed. And my parents too passed. Yeah.
Okay, 3 Kalubas left. That's more than enough. Anyways, moving on. So, essentially, I just want to get back to the audience. The installation is going to be, so we just went through personal background. The personal background is going to be an episode within itself because that was only 2 questions of the piece. There are plenty more questions to get to know him. But moving on, we are going to be moving on to childhood memories. And with this, the question that he chose personally was, who was your childhood best friend?
Yeah, when I grew up, I have 3 best friends when we went to elementary, primary school. But when we were like in 3rd, 4th grade, one, he was anemic, and then he passed. We stayed 3, and one just passed like 10 years ago, and I have only one childhood friend. I was surprised when I was coming here, so he texted me. Yeah, and all my wife and my kid knows him. We talk every time. He's a businessman. He has a health center. He's doing his business. That's my best friend. We grew up together. Yeah, and when I went to high school, I had 4 best friend. In those, there's one, he was a professor in a university. He passed like 3 years ago, but the others 3 are still there. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he had a lot of best friends. Okay. He had a lot of best friends. So,
yeah, if I can say, I always say that in the life, it's easy to have 15 friends in 1 year, but it's not easy to keep one friend for 15 years. I keep my best friend more for 50 years. The one we grew up together, and the one who went to high school together, more of I finished my high school in 1988, but we still friends. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, you heard it here. Quality over quantity. And getting back to family, what traditions did you practice at home growing up?
Yeah, like I said, our family, as a chief family, we had many restrictions. We didn't grow up like a regular family. We don't eat everywhere. We don't do many things because as a chief family, we have a special life. Yeah, we were respected in the community, and many restrictions traditionally. Yeah, that something I can say for our life. Yeah, we grow up, unfortunately, like that's the culture. And as a son of the chief, yeah, we have many things to do, and then how we can do. My father, as he had that power, but exceptionally, he was a Christian. Most of the chiefs are polygam. They have many wives, but my father didn't like that. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. That's very sweet. And right along, what faith did you grow up in? You mentioned a little bit of Christianity at home from your father, but what was the main household, and what was your practicing religion at home?
Yeah, we grew up at Catholic. Yeah, my father was very believe in the Catholic Church. That's why he has one friend. He was a priest from Belgium. And then he loved him, and then he told him that I need my son to be a priest. And then all the son, he chose me to go to study to the convent, Catholic convent, to be a priest. Yeah, we grow in Catholic faith as a Christian.
Why did it change?
Yeah, the change is like any movement have a many challenge inside. If you are outside, you can see differently, but if you are inside, you can see too many things going on. Maybe you will like or don't like. Like in our movement, our Unification Church, we have too much going on, but why we are here? But me, that time, I decided to what I saw that I will live. It was a disappointing to my father, who was expecting me to be the priest. And when I went back home, but before I went back home, I have a dream. That dream I always share with the people, like when I think about that dream, it's like today. Because that dream, I saw Jesus came. Jesus came, and then when he came, it was thousands of people gathering. And then Jesus came from the sky. And in that dream, I was there. But just close to us, it was one very high hall. And that side of the hall, there were people crying, screaming, yelling. And then I asked, who are those people? And they told me that the people who don't believe in God. And as we were here with Jesus, and something happened, Jesus came, and then he was asked, upon somebody like, you. And somebody said, me, no, until he said, you, yes. And then you come to him. And then he was calling, the people calling. I was number 9 to be called. And then when I come to him, he put that aside. And then he was going in the audience to look somebody. I don't know what happened. I joke. I just shot him like in the back, like this, in the neck. And the people laugh. When he laughed, he turned to us, he asked what happened. He didn't know. Nobody said anything. And then he chooses the number 10. The number 11 was my father. And the number 12, we were there. And then everybody disappeared. We left only 12 of us. And the 12 of us, he divided us, a group of 2, 6. And then those 6, we were 3 men and the 3 women, and then those 6 also. But he took those 3 6. Before he went with those 3 6, my father and mom and me were separate. My father was with the side, I was another side. And our side, he gave us the seed. Jesus gave us the seed. All seed you can plant for fruit, for this, he gave us many seed. And he left with this group. And then as we left with the seed. That's my dream I had when I was living in the Catholic Church, the cover. And when I went home, I spent more time with my parents. And after that, I was searching, going to different church, until I met the Unification Church. When I see the process of that, I think God prepared me for this church. That's why make me change my faith until today. Yeah.
Okay, good answer. Good answer, good answer. And going on the other side now, what was your biggest challenge of parenthood? What was your biggest challenge of parenthood?
Like I said, my childhood.
No.
Oh, my parenthood.
Parenthood.
Yes. Yeah. I growing as a Catholic and as a priest, but I was matched to my beloved wife, and together we start family. We have a kid. It was not easy as a parent, but we challenge our life by hanging hand by hand with my wife to grow up my kid. When I left my family to come to America, it was hard. It was young family, and my wife with 5 kids. I should come here. That separation was a big challenge for me. Yeah, to live separate with my family for 5 long years. It was not easy. I didn't have a chance to go back to see them, and the communication was not easy like today. Yeah, that was, and instead of that, my family came here. It was a big challenge because I always said God is love. The same day my wife and my kid came, I was coming from Michigan. Just here between Albany and New York, I have a bad accident. My wife was at the airport with my kid waiting for me to pick them up. I flipped with my minivan 3 times, and they didn't know. I came out with something. I don't understand it until today. I had my phone, I have everything with me, but it was one thing. It was in my bag. That it was the small book of divine principle. When I come out from the window, because the car was upside down, from the window was broken. I come with something in my hand I didn't know. When I went to the side of the road, the people stopped. One person come to ask me, "Why did you reading and driving?" I said, what are you talking about? I said, "You have a Bible in your hand." Bible? I saw I have a book. It was the divine principle. That was in my bag. Brothers and sisters, I didn't took my phone, I didn't took anything. The divine principle. That for me it's a life. And that was something the day I must meet my family after 5 years. I have that experience of death. And also something I always regret in my life. I live. My family came in a long time. They didn't have a legal document. They have legal document, but my son and my daughters didn't have a chance to get like a financial aid or loan. I didn't have enough money. That's why when I think about them, they didn't study well. Because of that lack of that situation, that's a big challenge on my life. I always regret for them. Yeah, yes.
Thank you. Now, in just a couple words, how would you define your relationship with your partner?
Yeah, like I told you here, I always think that I was matched by Jesus in my dream, because my wife, she was in a Catholic convent to be a nun. She became a nun, and then I was in a Catholic convent to be a priest, and the true parent matched us by picture. Us coming from Catholic background, I think I always feel like God loved me by giving me Charlotte as my partner. It's, I think in this world, it's only one who can understand me very good. I love me.
So can you describe it in a couple words? You just need a couple words? How would you describe your partner in a couple words?
Yeah, she's my best friend. She's part of my wife, myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So you mentioned you've dealt with death in your life before, and what was the reaction after the death had occurred in your life?
To what?
How did you deal with the deaths in your life when they occurred?
Yeah, when I grew up, my sister who passed, it was the third one in the family. I was not born. And then the second who passed, it was before I was born. And my youngest, they were twin. One passed, I was like 2 years. I didn't know exactly what. And when I grew up, I didn't have somebody close to my family who passed, except my friend when I was like in 4th grade, who passed. But it didn't impact me too much. I came to find the very, very close people who passed is when I become the pastor in this church. And as a pastor, I must do the sungwa for somebody I knew for 4 years. Conduct the sungwa. I feel like it was a very big experience. Also when I think if you know the pastor in Chicago, Ebanja, his father, we were together for many years. He came here, he passed. It was a big challenge for me. And yeah, it's the experience. Maybe some of you know, losing somebody, it's a very, very hard situation. My parents passed, I was not there. I didn't see them when they passed. I go to the funeral. All my brothers who passed and my sister, I was not there. But the most painful experience is to losing my son, Jeffrey. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, seeing your son to be buried, it's not easy. You ask God, why? You don't have an answer. Yeah. And to the end, I just understand that God is love. He put me in the situation because I can handle it. Yeah, I can handle it. It's not easy. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on. Now really think about this one before you answer, but who or what helped you build up your identity? So kita ide.
Yes, the environment I grew up since I was young until now, I always said my identity is a built in faith. I have faith, and I don't believe in anything before I believe. I always question myself until I found out this true. I know in our movement today, sometimes I was asking, am I normal? Am I a normal person to be here in this church? But God always gives me the answer after all those questions. Yeah. By faith, I found my identity in God and in true parent. Yeah.
Thank you. And this might be the most weighted question of the day, but what does community mean to you?
Thank you. The community, for me, have a big meaning because when we grow up, when I joined this church, especially when I joined this church, I was not with my parents. I was with my friend, brothers and sisters, members. But the important thing is when we were going to visit each other. When we go to visit one friend or one sister, one brother, you will find his father or mother calling him, "Oh, Peter, your brother here." Because in Congo, the church members we call brothers and sisters. Everywhere we go, it's a brothers and sisters. When we are doing fundraising in the office, everywhere they know that is the brother, that is the sisters, like the Catholic. And when you go to visit the family, they will call the person that your brother is here, your sister is here. They are biological parents. They are biological brothers and sisters. But when they saw the church member, they will let you know that your brother is here. That means we have that relationship as the brothers and sisters. That for me, the community, we are truly brothers and sisters. That I don't have a doubt in that. Yeah, when I saw church member, for me, it's my brother and my sister. This is the meaning of the community for me. That's why I love to come to church to meet my brothers and sisters.
And on to the closing question. What message would you like to leave for the kids listening to today's first installment?
Thank you. What I can say is don't lose faith. The problem, you will find them everywhere. Especially the second gen, you are born in this church. But as we have the experience to know different faith, to be in a different church, they have more problem than what we have. Especially here, we have the Messiah. You will think about the system of blessing. Yeah, it look crazy. Somebody to choose you or parent to choose you, the partner, to go to the blessing. Yeah, we were criticized by the family, but to the end they found that we were right. We made a good choice. That's why my last word is don't lose faith. If something you don't understand it, stay quiet, pray. The light will come tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dad. With that being said, this is what I wanted to create. I know this was in front of a live audience, but I do want to give you guys time to really think about answering deep questions and being comfortable to talk about this stuff in front of a camera and not just in front of people. So it's recorded, and your life is somewhere where you can go watch and rewatch because